Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Christina Mokwebo. Please subscribe, like, and share. Father Abraham was chosen by God. God instructed him to move from his country, to leave his home, to leave his family behind, move from his country and go to a place that he does not know. The main goal was for the Israelites. God chose Father Abraham for the sake of the new generation, and for that to be established, Father Abraham had to move from his home, has to move from his family, move from his roots, and become a new nation. Father Abraham did that. He obeyed. He obeyed, and then he obeyed. He had all that God could bless him with, except for a child. For a very long time, Father Abraham waited on the Lord. Father Abraham waited on the Lord because the Lord promised him that you shall have children as numerous as the stars, as numerous as the seashore, the sand on the seashore. Father Abraham held on to that. Years and years passed, but Father Abraham held on to that promise because he know that he who promised will never fail, and then he will never miss that appointment. He know that the God who promised him will never turn on his way. He know that the God who promised him, it's not like he's still going to make a plan. He already had a plan. Father Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac begot only 2 kids, only 2 sons, only 2 sons. God promised Father Abraham the children as numerous as the sand on the seashore. His son begot 2 sons. Hey, 2 nations, 2 nations. He begat Father Jacob and Father Esau. Esau God did not love. He said that Esau I hated, but Jacob I loved. Father Jacob, you see, that's where the promise starting to unveil now. Father Jacob now is becoming the promise that God promised his grandfather. So God does not forget. God does not speak and his word just go in vain. God does not utter the word that will return void to him. Father Jacob begot 12 sons, a whole nation in making. They were not a nation yet when they moved to Egypt. Generation. Father Abraham's generation. Father Abraham's generation. You are there where you are in that position, doing whatsoever that you are doing for the generation. South Africa, let us look at what is happening to our country. Our kids are being butchered. Our kids are being murdered. Our generation. In the parliament, we are there laughing, making jokes, making remarks of things that does not even make sense. Our generation are being murdered. The kids that are dying because of the poison that they have been fed are the tomorrow of South Africa. And then at the parliament, there's nothing that they're doing about it. So if those children perish, who do you think in 20 years to come will be ruling this South Africa? In 50 years to come, will you be here doing those jokes? When you are leaving people to finish our generation, they are butchering our generation. They are killing South Africa from the roots because our children are the roots, because our children are the ones who are going to take place from us. So if they die, what becomes of our nation? If they finish them, what becomes of our nation? People are there at the parliament, laughing, enjoying, making jokes. This one is talking about that one, they are laughing. There's nothing that they're planning to do. People are busy finishing our children. Look at what is happening to the school kids. And they're still bringing more. They are still coming at the parliament. They are laughing because the bank accounts are being filled while our children are dying. The bank accounts, the pockets are getting fatter and fatter while our children are dying. While South Africa is dying a bit by bit by bit every day. Father Abraham held on to that promise. He didn't see the promise that God promised him, but God fulfilled that promise. We are here in South Africa. Father Abraham left his country for his generation's sake. He never let go of what God promised him. He held on to that. Father Isaac, he was busy for his generation, not for him. Why are we so selfish doing things for us? What happens to the generation of the nation? What happens? We are growing. 50, 55. Do you think you're still going to be on the parliament at 70? Who is going to sit there when you are just looking by? People are finishing our children who are supposed to be seated on those parliaments. Who? No, let us wake up. Wake up, South Africa. Wake up. Life is spiritual. And then life is not all about food, fancy cars, fancy suit. There is life beyond that. Think about the generation to come. They were here, they fought for freedom. They did all of that for the generation to come. They came, they passed. For the generation to come. Here is that generation. We, the generation that they fought for, we are here. Are we fighting for the generation to come? No, we are not fighting for the generation. We are failing the generation to come. We are failing our children. We are failing our children's children. Yes, your kid may be going to that fancy school, speaking that fancy English. Is that your own child who is going to rule over this South Africa? Okay, maybe they may rule that South Africa. Who are they going to be ruling over when all the generation are dead, killed by these poisons? Wake up, Mzansi. Wake up, Mzansi. Take life serious. This is a serious life. It's not something that you can, maybe this one died and then you can go and because of you insured, you'll buy a new one. If a child is dead, you cannot buy a new one. This is our generation. That's South Africa that we are being careless with. That is South Africa that we are being careless with. They are lying all over the hospital. They are crying, screaming because they are being so poisoned. And then we are busy making jokes. At the end of the day, you go back to a home and then get a good night rest while the kids are suffering, while the generation is languishing, finishing. They are inhaling South Africa inside South Africa, people. They're inhalating South Africa inside South Africa. If they kill the children, there is no South Africa. Those children are the nation of tomorrow. They are the Israelites. God chose Father Abraham for Israel. Isaac came and prepared for Israel. Father Jacob came and prepared for Israel. What are we doing? What exactly is it that we are doing? We are not going to live forever. In case anybody does not notice that, in case anybody forgot, we are not going to live forever. And then whatsoever we reap, we shall sow. Be sure of that. This you cannot miss. Whether you are what or who or where you are or what status you have, you will reap. No one will reap for you. No one will reap for you. All of us will stand before the judgment seat and answer for our job, our works that we have been doing on earth. What are we doing? What are we doing? Whether you believe on Jesus Christ or you don't believe, but at the end, all we are going to stand before the throne of God, before the throne of judgment. Let me tell you something that you don't even know. The devil also is going to be judged. The one that you are is ruling all over this world. Now we think that he's the King of Kings. Wake up, Mzansi. Our nation These kids are the nation of tomorrow. These kids are the nations of tomorrow. If we are being just careless with them, just watching, people are finishing because we want to have a little changes in our pockets with our children's lives, because we are making little changes, because we are getting some things in our bank account on our children's lives. So we are sacrificing with our children because of we want to have money. Our children are being butchered. Our children are falling sick left and right and center. Have anybody of somebody there at the parliament went to buy those things from Magulas? No one. Our kids, the poor, the ones that cannot afford, us who cannot afford, here down, while you are there, above there, up. Us down here, we are the one who's consuming those things because of we are poor, and then they know that majority of us are down here. Only few of you are there. Majority of us are down here, and then we are the roots of you people who are up there. You are just fruits or leaves. Fruits or leaves, we are the roots. If the roots got uprooted, there's no way the leaves will survive. There's no way the fruit will survive on that tree. The leaves, the fruits need the roots to survive. If you're being careless with the roots, how is that leaves? How are those leaves going to be green? Up there, for you to get up there, there are heads that you stepped on to get there. There are people who held the ladder for you to get where you are. Remember the people that you passed on your way up there. There are people down here. There are people down here. By the time you come down from up there, you will need somebody to hold a ladder for you to come down again. So if you be careless with these people who are supposed to hold the ladder for you to come down again here, who is going to hold the ladder for you? Which heads are you going to step on to come down again? South Africa, wake up. Wake up. Before you wake up and it's too late, there's nothing you can do about it. These people are not here to joke with you. They will only bribe you with money because they know, money. Only bribe you with fleshy things that you will die and leave them here, with no one to inherit them if you're not watchful, because they are targeting those, the ones that are supposed to be left with those things that you are busy acquiring. These children are the future. These children are the next South Africans. These children are the future, are the South African future. Play with them. Play with them. It is said that you don't know something good that you have until it's gone. So be serious. This is the future that we are toying with. Solanga really busy, solanga you are busy, even if you can tell them to do what, or do what, to comply, to do what, complying what? Comply to finish our kids. Complying because they will be making money. It will be entering in our country. Entering for who? For who? While the future generation is being murdered. For who? Because the future generation is being inhalated. So why are you busy with wealth? Who's going to enjoy this wealth? All the things that you are working hard for, who is going to enjoy it at the end of the day? Because we are growing, we are getting older, and then they're supposed to be following us. Next time when you look behind, you'll find there's no one behind you. You are the only one who is forward. You will be following yourself, because the people that are supposed to be following on your footstep, they're being finished by poisons, by food poisoning. They are being finished by food poisoning. Amen.